Listen well. 1. Do not count the money until morning.
2. Do not tell anyone where it came from.
No talk wetin you dream, or the mask go find you.
I hear you, Baba. I go obey.
You don't come. Welcome, oh. I beg, before we go begin this story, we go scatter your head. Make you do it in. Subscribe, sharp. Like the video, drop your sweet comments. No, they form. Now beggar the beg, oh. Okay, now, sitting well.
Ada lived in Ajagunle, one of the noisiest places in Lagos. Her room was small, just one bed with a torn mattress, a plastic chair, and a mirror with a crack at the top corner. The window hardly closed properly, so dust always came in from the street. But on Instagram, Ada looked like a queen. Every day, she posted pictures in tight dresses and high heels, her lips red like ripe tomato. Sometimes she borrowed the dresses from her friend Sadie. Sometimes she borrowed shoes too. She used cheap cream from the market, but told her followers it was from London. She always added filters, so her skin looked smooth like glass. Under every photo, she wrote things like Slay Queen for Life or Big Madam Ada. People believed she was rich. Boys sent her messages calling her Angel and Baby Girl for Life. Girls asked her where she bought her wigs. Nobody knew Ada sometimes ate only bread and water because she had no money for rice. One hot evening, Ada sat outside her room with Sade. The sun was going down, turning the sky orange. Children kicked a plastic ball around, shouting like they were in the World Cup. A woman selling fried plantain shouted, "Boli, boli!" and smoke rose from her small fire. Ada fanned herself with an old magazine. Sade Sia's heat is killing somebody. This Lagos no get chill at all, Sade laughed. At least you go take picture later and say you are in Miami. Ada smiled proudly. Of course, Instagram must see enjoyment. Then Sade leaned closer. Her voice dropped like she was about to share a big secret. Ada, I hear something today. Ada turned. What thing? There is one man in Mushin, Sade said. People call him Baba Tunde. They say he can double money. If you give him 1,000, he gives you 2,000. Give him 10,000, he gives you 20. Ada's heart beat fast. She sat up. Are you sure? Sade nodded quickly. Yes, but they say you must follow his rules very well. If you break even one rule in, the money will turn against you. Ada burst into loud laughter. Some children stopped playing football to look at her. Rules a beg. Who cares about rules? I just want the money. Let me be rich like all those big girls in Lekki. Sade looked around carefully before speaking again. I hear the man uses a mask, a hungry mask. Ada waved her hand like it was nothing. Mask or no mask, I don't care. Tomorrow we are going. This poor life must end. She leaned back in her chair and smiled, already dreaming of gold shoes, big parties, and photo shoots at fancy hotels. She did not know that this small decision would open the door to something dark, something that could not be closed again. The next morning, Ada woke up before the sun rose. She did not even brush properly before she started dressing. She chose her tight red dress, the one that made her feel like a star, and a pair of shiny black shoes she borrowed from Sade last Christmas. She tied a bright yellow scarf on her head and used her last bit of lipstick to make her lips glow red. Sade stood at the door holding a small nylon bag with bread inside. Ada, you better eat small before we go. Baba Tunde's place no be party ground. Ada waved her off. A beg, after today, I will be eating fried rice every morning. Who cares about bread? They walked to the bus stop. Lagos was already awake. Street hawkers carried trays of oranges and boiled groundnuts on their heads. A man pushed a wheelbarrow full of water sachets, shouting, "Pure water, 20 for 100 naira." Bus conductors screamed at passengers, "Ojelegba, yaba! Enter with your changeo." Ada and Sade squeezed into a yellow Danfo bus. The bus smelt of sweat, old perfume, and engine smoke. Two men argued about football in the front seat. A baby cried on a woman's lap. The driver chewed collar nut and spat out the red juice through the window as he drove like a madman. But Ada didn't care about any of that. She was thinking about the money. She imagined opening a bag full of cash, buying gold heels, renting a better room, maybe even travelling to Dubai. When the bus dropped them in Mushin, Sade led the way through narrow streets full of noise and smoke until they reached a small house with a red cloth hanging over the door. "This is the place," Sade whispered. Ada looked at the house. It was quiet, too quiet. Even the noise from the street did not enter here. She pushed the cloth aside and stepped in. The air inside was heavy, smelling of smoke and something old, like the ground after rain. One candle burned in the middle of the room. The walls were painted black. On the far wall hung a mask. It was long black, with white eyes and a wide mouth that seemed to be waiting for food. The mouth was carved open like it wanted to eat everything in the room. A man sat on a low stool beside the mask. He wore a red cap and a white wrapper around his waist. His beard was grey, and his eyes were sharp like someone who could see through your lies. He did not smile. "You want money?" the man asked in a deep, slow voice. "Yes, Baba," Ada said quickly, her voice shaking a little. "Plenty money," he pointed at the mask. "This mask is hungry. If you give it money, it will give you more. But you must obey 3 rules. Ada nodded like a schoolgirl. "I will obey, Baba." Baba lifted one finger. 1. Do not count the money until morning. 2, he said, lifting another finger. Do not tell anyone where the money came from. 3. His voice grew lower. Whatever you see in your dream tonight, do not speak. Ada nodded again. No problem, Baba. I just want the money. Baba brought out a small black pot from behind him. Put 10,000 inside. Come back tomorrow. Ada brought all her savings. Her hands shook as she dropped the money inside. As the last note fell in, the mask's mouth moved like wind passed through it. The candle flickered. Ada's heart jumped. Go home, Baba said. Wait for morning. Ada walked home from Mushin like somebody carrying a crown. The small black pot felt heavy in her bag. She kept touching it like she was holding the key to heaven. Saad walked beside her quietly. Ada, you heard Baba. You must follow the rules, oh. I heard him, Ada said, smiling. Don't count it till morning. Don't tell anybody. Don't talk about the dream. I beg, is that hard? Tomorrow I will be rich. But deep inside, Ada felt small fear. That mask, the way its mouth moved. She could still see it in her mind. They reached Ajagunle. The streets were busy as always. Music from loudspeakers, hawkers selling roasted corn, children chasing each other with slippers in their hands. But Ada's heart was far away. She locked herself in her small room. The black pot sat on the floor, looking like any ordinary pot. Ada lay on the bed, staring at it. As night came, the whole area grew quieter. Even the usual shouting from drunk men at the junction stopped. Around midnight, Ada heard it. Chuk, chuk, chuk! The sound came from the pot. She sat up quickly. Her heart banged in her chest. Chuk! Chuk, chuk! It sounded like teeth chewing inside the pot. Ada wanted to open it. She wanted to see what was happening. But Baba's voice rang in her head. Do not count the money until morning. So she sat still, covering her ears with her pillow. Then she fell asleep, and the dream came. She was standing in a wide, dark place. In front of her was the mask. It was bigger now, taller than her. Its white eyes glowed like 2 moons. Its mouth opened slowly. Feed me, it said in a voice that shook the ground. Ada woke up sweating. Her hands shook. She wanted to tell Said about the dream, but she remembered Baba's warning. Do not speak of the dream. So Ada kept quiet, but sleep refused to come back again. The next morning the first cock crowed. Ada jumped from the bed. She rushed to the pot. Her heart pounded as she opened it. Money! Plenty money! The 10,000 had turned into 20,000. The notes filled the pot to the top like yam piled in a market basket. Ada screamed, Jesus! Sade, come and see, oh! Sade ran inside. When she saw the money, her eyes almost fell out. Ada, it don't work! It worked! Ada laughed like somebody mad with joy. I told you, life has changed. She gathered the money, smelling it, throwing some in the air like in movies. That week, Ada's life changed fast. She bought a new red wig. She bought shoes that shone like mirror. She even paid for a small photo shoot in Surulere. On Instagram, she posted the pictures with captions like Big Madam Ada and Money Queen. People commented, wow, soft life. See enjoyment. Ada smiled at their praise. Nobody knew about the hungry mask. But at night, the dream came again. The mask appeared, its mouth wider now. Feed me, it said. Ada always woke up sweating, heart beating like drum. 2 weeks passed, Ada's money finished. She threw parties, bought clothes, even paid for drinks at a bar in Yaba. She was living like a celebrity. But soon the wallet ran dry. So Ada returned to Baba's place. This time she wore a gold dress and dark glasses, walking like a rich woman. Baba, she said, I want to do it again. This time I will put 50,000. Baba looked at her for a long time. His face carried no smile. Remember the rules, he said slowly. If you break even one, the mask will never stop eating. Ada nodded quickly. I will follow them. She put the 50,000 into the pot. That night, the dream came again. The mask opened its mouth wider than before. Its teeth were long now, sharp like broken bottles. Feed me, it said. Ada woke up shaking but told no one. Morning came. The 50,000 had become 100,000. Ada screamed with joy. She bought gold earrings, a shiny handbag, and paid for a big cake just for herself. But the mask's mouth was still hungry. One Friday night, Ada went to a big party in Lekki. Musicians performed, lights flashed. People danced in designer clothes. Ada wore a gold dress, gold shoes, gold wig. She looked like money itself. People surrounded her. Ada, where do you get all this money? At first, Ada smiled and said nothing, but as the music got louder and the drinks kept flowing, her tongue became loose. She stood on a chair and shouted, There is one Baba in Mushin. He doubles money. Very easy. Sade's face turned white. Ada, you told them? Ada laughed loudly, dancing. I beg, nothing will happen. Let everybody be rich. But something had already started. That night, Ada went home drunk. She didn't even wash her face before falling on the bed. In her dream, the mask came again. Its mouth was so wide now, it could swallow a car. Blood dripped from its teeth. You broke the rule, it said in a deep voice. Now I will feed, Ada woke up screaming. The pot in her room started moving by itself. Chuk, chuk, chuk! The sound grew louder, like footsteps crawling on the floor. Ada grabbed her bag and ran outside, but the pot rolled after her like it had legs. Ada reached Baba's house in the middle of the night. Baba! She cried, banging on the door. The red cloth was torn. The candle inside burned low. Baba came out slowly. His face was heavy with sadness. I told you, he said, shaking his head. The mask never stops eating once you break the rule. Ada fell to her knees. Please, Baba, help me! Baba looked at her with tired eyes. The only thing it eats now is life. Ada's voice shook. Whose life? Baba pointed at her chest. Yours. That night, Ada refused to sleep. She stayed in Sade's room. They locked the door, pushed a chair against it and prayed. But soon they heard it. Chuk, chuk, chuk! The mask crashed through the window. Its white eyes glowed like fire. Its mouth opened wide like a cave. Ada screamed and ran into the night. The mask chased her through the streets of Lagos. People saw nothing. Only Ada running, shouting, looking behind her. She reached Third Mainland Bridge. The water below was dark like oil. The mask cornered her at the edge. Ada cried, tears mixing with her makeup. "Please, I will give you more money. I will give you everything." The mask opened its mouth. "I do not want money, I want you." Before Ada could run, the mask swallowed her whole. Next morning, people found her gold dress floating on the water. Said told everyone, "She broke the rule. The hungry mask never stops eating." From that day, nobody in Lagos ever tried money doubling again.